does customary law function in the tribal society? Right? Discuss its different sources. Right? So it all begins with the R.C. Brown statement on custom. He says, custom is that kind of, something which is having the social backing. The society has this backup, and this customary law is in the nature of sanctions. Customary, according to R.C. Brown, customary law is in the mode of sanctions. I'll write everything on the board. I just at the moment just listen. What are the sanctions? Sanctions mean some kind of rules, unwritten rules or customs, which are both of positive and negative. Positive social sanctions are there as well as negative social sanctions are there. Usually positive means something like approvals, then commendations, then people say rewards, awards, accolades, cheers, okay, claps. Some people clap them and cheer the people when they achieve something, do good to the society. People applaud, people praise them, people completely support them. That is the positive social sanction. So it's something like we know, no, for example, why, if I ask you suddenly, why awards are given, whether it is Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Khel Ratna, Arjuna award, or your even Paramvir Chakra, why awards are given anytime? Have you ever question? Can you guess why these awards are given? Something like the same thing like simple societies do: applaud, support, praise, clap. If they do something good to the society, right? People give. Okay, it is in recognition. Number one, it is a recognition of their services. Number one, and awards and praises are given in recognition to their services. Number one, to the contribution they have made. Okay. And secondly, to encourage others to follow them. They become role models, correct? When everybody is praising them, every entire society is noting them, they become famous personalities. Then they become, whenever they go, they are praised, they are given sanmana satkara. Okay, they are given rewards and they are given advertisements. These days popular people are approached for advertisements. Companies approach them and they heap their money on them. So it is like very big money also is there, fame is there, name is there, money is there. So naturally, people would love to follow them. So the society would like to give them recognition in this positive development. Even in societies, simple societies also, when somebody is protecting the environment, they are protecting their totems, they are protecting women, they are supporting their tribe by fighting in a war. Okay, by hunting good animals and getting like good game, and that is the reason people support them, such that the next generation also follows them. It is like praise. Their performance is praiseworthy and worthy of emulation, following. And there is another kind of idea called negative social sanctions. Negative social sanctions are in the nature of, again, opposite, exactly opposite: booing, jeering. People say boo, that like down bolte aisa. Dislikes in social media, likes, of course, positive social sanction. Jeering, booing, and say and making fun of, ridiculing, mocking, punishing the people and abusing the people. And some in some societies they are like uska muh kala karte hain. They will put some kind of black ink on their face, put throw the black ink on their shirts. Like it also happens in India sometimes. Suddenly some popular leader, then people throw ink on them, on their face, or they throw some ఏమంటాం in Telugu we call కోడిగుడ్లు ఇస్తుండడం, టమాటాలు ఇస్తుండడం, like they throw eggs and others. Yes, some shameful, the shaming them, and also punishing them. So even in simple societies, all these are done. Correct. Punishments are also given. They are shamed also. They are avoided also. And also there is another extreme thing: completely ostracize them, excommunicate them, throw away from the society, throw them away from the society, such that it is a very big punishment. If society itself is like hating you, it is trying to keep you away. That means you are a worthless candidate. Kind of a message is clearly given to them. So there sometimes there are even the panchayats rule that this family should not be given water also. Water, food, nothing should be given. Like we have even seen in one movie, Pedaraidu. The water is denied. Even water is denied to them. Such kind of Punishment, ostracization, excommunication are very common in simple society. And customary law is it is because what is customary law? Basically, all these customs and conventions, rules, norms, values, traditions, which are coming from like hundreds of years, generations, millennia. People usually just follow them without questioning. When people simply follow without questioning, it is called traditional. What is customary? A particular society has some particular method of doing that. That is customary. It is a custom in that. It custom means custom made antam చూడండి. Like when we order something, when we want to order a particular dress in that particular design, it's called custom made. That means it is customary means in one society is different. It may be same in other society. It may be different in another society because it differs from society to society. The norms and practices which are followed in a society are when they are called customary. That means they are only peculiar to that society. In other society, the same thing may not be found, or it may be not acceptable to people. Okay, so La Tomatina festival is okay in Spain. It was banned in Hyderabad when it was tried to be. People beat each other with tomatoes. That is something like a holy there. Some holy kind of festival played in Spain with tomatoes. There was a festival conducted in university somewhere in Iflu or somewhere in Hyderabad. So authorities have banned them because La Tomatina is not welcome in Hyderabad. So it is not our custom. Tradition is one which is followed since generations without questioning. Simply people follow. That is traditional, customary, a peculiar practice unique to that society. Thirdly, what is a norm? Every time we repeat, no, everything looks very same. Norm. What is a norm? Norm means something which is normal, something which is not abnormal. So it is very common for people to do this. For example, it's a norm for youngsters to touch down and touch the feet of the elders and take their blessings. Elders keep their hand on the head of the youngsters. That is a norm. It is not a custom. Custom is different. If you wear custom is something like women having sari, their pallu on the left hand side, this side. It is there in the I don't know what exactly left side. In north it is in Gujaratis and all they wear exactly. In South India they wear the pallu this side or that side. Like exactly it is different. It is custom there. And it is customary for us to have during Ugadi festival to have all these different kinds of flavors to mix and eat. Like relics are something like no exactly they're also like traditional. Okay, now what is norm? Something which is normal. That is norm. Regular. It's a norm. That means it's a normal thing. Then what is a value? Value means something which is valued very highly, like it is put on a very higher pedestal. When compared with other practices, when a practice is put on a higher level, it is their value. It is a value thing. So you value them. So these are called values. Now, are you clear on all this? Morals. Again, they come and closely they closely resemble morals. Morals and mores are more or less same. And norms, values, customs, and traditions guide the human behavior, and they are different. They differ from society to society. And in simple societies, law itself is customary. Are you understanding? The law emanates from that particular society. For example, an eye for an eye is not a common thing in these societies, but in another society, eye for an eye is a common. In some society, it is like punishment is given as in the form of a penal feasting. If one person does some offense, he is expected to give feasting like food to all the members. And that is not the same in another society. Are you getting this? The law is customary. It is based on that, but the law is peculiar to that particular society. Justice means giving like justice to the affected families. Law is that legal norms and practices, traditions, customs, norms, values. But what is justice? Final end. Final end result is a justice. You have to be very clear. This is the beauty of keyword approach. When you question every word, your mind opens up like this beautifully. Exactly. Different society have different rules. That is the thing. That's the reason we are called customs. and sometimes more or less usages. Usages means general common words or also common practices. These are also called as like somewhat norms. So justice ultimately has an eye on the final end result, how the victims get the justice. That is the idea. What are the practices with which we bring that justice to the affected families or affected individuals? That is a concept of justice. Are you understanding clearly? So we have to write all this very clearly in the introduction. If it is a 15-20 marker, 15 marker or 20 marker, better you write these 2-3 lines in the introduction, then you go about writing about all these examples. Okay, so now coming to the other points on the screen, you can see customary laws are distinguished from the codified law. Codified law is a certain law which is codified, written in the form of a code. Like in India, during the British time, the codes were written down. Indian Penal Code, the what you call the Code of Civil Procedure, the Code of Criminal Procedure, CRPC, CPC, IPC, then of course Indian Evidence, all the acts, Indian Evidence Act, oh that act, Official Secrets Act. These are all what codified law. And now we have come up with BNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. That is also codified law. Do you think the tribals have all this? The tribal people, simple society people, they do not have. They need not have, first of all, because their life is simple, their lifestyle is simple. The concept of crime is simple then, because there is no concept of crime in them. Okay, usually, they don't have the difference between crime and a tort. We have a concept of crime and a tort in the advanced societies. Crime is a criminal and public wrong, whereas tort is a private wrong. For example, if one is driving a car and he hits on the side wall, there is on the side of the road there is a small pandaba. That pandaba wala by accident, you are actually trying to cut and avoid another collision, so you go and hit that fellow, and finally you pay some damages to that person. Is it like wantonly done? होना అంటే కావాలని చేసిందా जानबूझ के किया नहीं. You have not done wantedly, deliberately. So it is a private wrong. It is not the public wrong. But if somebody, there only damages are enough, right? That fellow will not, this person will not be jailed. But if somebody dies, okay, in an accident, then that slightly gets converted. Again, there must be proved. That fellow may paint it as an accident. I don't know this person. But sometimes wantedly they create some accident scene. They murder a person. So there is a concept of intent or intention that is called a mens rea. According to legal language in law, they call it as mens rea, means intention. If you can prove your intention that this woman has killed. Yesterday there was a woman who was sentenced to death by a Kerala court because she killed her boyfriend, her live-in partner, with poison. She tried 2-3 times. Once it failed, but again she killed him to avoid because that man wanted to marry her. This girl wanted to marry another man. So she wants to end the relationship. The boy does not agree. This woman killed him cold blood. It's called cold-blooded murder. So you have a strong intention to kill the other. So if intention is proved, this person is given a harsh punishment, either imprisonment or death. In a complex society. In a simple society, there is no concept of intent or intention. You got it? So there are so many differences. Codified law has so many parameters, like there are laws, there are constitutions, there are principles, rules, regulations, and to interpret them, judges, to implement them, police and machinery, jails, all this form the criminal justice system. The governments which make them, the policies, the parliaments which make the amendments to those laws and constitutions. This entire complex thing is there as part of the codified law. But in customary law, all these are not there. Okay, I've covered another part also in this question. So there are simple laws in customary law. No full-time specialists, as I told you, like judges, lawyers, police, etc. It is all based usually on kinship bonds. Role of the clan elders is very important. Whatever the clan elders or lineage elders rule, that will become the final judgments. Usually, customary law is also based on the usages, customs, the sanctions, and force, as I told you. This was given by a person called as Lowy. Lowy said, R.H. Lowy, he says, customary law is based on usages, customs, sanctions, and force. You have seen already, usages means some kind of practices which are common, regular usage, also called as norms. Again, customs, which are peculiar practices to that particular society. Third, sanctions, positive sanctions, negative sanctions, like you can borrow from R.C. Brown. Again, force. Finally, that fellow is not listening. Samadana Bheda Dandopaya. Like this, all these are clearly laid out orally only, not anything written down. So, basic major one other difference between the customary law and codified law is customary law is only oral and not written down, whereas codified law is written down very elaborately. And it is again of preventive nature, public opinion, ridicule, as I told you, threat of withdrawal of reciprocity, that is social excommunication, ostracization, fear of the supernatural, of the divine wrath, in incurring the divine wrath, etc. If you do not perform, the powers will destroy you. If you take an oath and you lie, you will be destroyed by the supernatural or the divine power. When you take the oath, you have to tell the truth. That same concept has also got like been borrowed by the mainstream societies. That's the reason we see in the movies, and of course in the court scenes as well, in the normal courts as well, not exactly the movies only, that the person who is a defendant is called as accused as well. He is taking an oath before he starts his statement and testimony. So that oath is usually given on the basis of some sacred books like Bhagavad Gita, Quran, etc., Bible also. And of course, punitive. It is of punitive means punishment. Punishments are given. Sometimes they are excommunicated, as I told you. Sometimes they are asked to give in simple societies. The penal feasting community is given food and drink, and all the expenses are paid by this fellow, the accused. Accused means is already proven guilty. Only when the society says that yes, this accused has been proven guilty, then you have to pay them, like give them feast. That is a punishment. Sometimes they are beaten with that 100 lashes, etc. That is like in medieval society, still they are practicing. Among the newer leopard chief, I'm just going oral. I'm not writing anything down, and that will, I think it's okay. Next time you can note down all this. Already we have given a lot in our notes and material on this. As far as the newer people of Africa, that is Sudan, are concerned, there is a leopard skin chief. He wears a leopard skin, right? That man acts as a middleman. He's not a chief like the chiefs we've spoken about earlier. The newer leopard chief comes into the picture when two groups among the people are fighting for taking revenge. When a man is murdered by another man, the murdered man, that is a victim's family, tries to attack the offender, right? That accused fellow. Whenever Dorkita one champesa, we'll like to dekh lenge hum. And the family of the accused or that fellow is on the run. They will try to approach the victim's family. Okay, jo bhi ho gaya so ho gaya, right? Whatever has happened. Let us come to some understanding. So they will not be approached directly. In fact, they will be approached through the newer leopard skin chief. The newer leopard skin chief adjudicates upon the matter by mediation. It's not adjudication. Sorry, he tries to settle the matter by mediation, conciliation, arbitration. All these words we are using today. Correct. Now these days, our adjudication, our legal solutions. I mean, the people who are in the higher authorities, the judiciary, they are also suggesting to go for mediation, conciliation, arbitration instead of getting in the adjudication. Adjudication involves the judge made rules. So it will be approached. The matter will be like taken to the courts. Courts will be pronouncing, and it is a very long, like prolonged process. So in order to avoid that, better what is the best thing? Mediation, arbitration, conciliation. Since that whatever thing has happened, resolving the issue is more important than like extending the issue. Extending the dispute is like a headache for both of us. Correct. So these people are smart enough to settle the issue with some compensation that is decided upon. The amount or quantum of compensation is decided upon by the newer leper scheme chief. The parties then will observe that they will pay the compensation to the victim's family. Then the matter is considered settled. Got it? So this is one kind of punitive kind of thing. Evidences. Now coming to evidences, we have got many examples. I'm just giving one or two examples. Evidences. In these, they don't have much evidence except for divine evidence. Maybe eyewitness sometimes counts, like in even our advanced societies. But most strong evidence is a divine evidence. So they have to. That's the reason take an oath or undergo an ordeal. Something is called as ordeal. Ordeal. O-R-D-E-A-L. Ordeal means one has to actually do some activity, not just take an oath and give a state. They have to put their fingers in some societies. These people put the fingers in boiling water. And the accused, if by the next day morning, if that fellow gets the boils on his entire his entire fingers like are having boils, then that fellow is found guilty or pronounced guilty. Nothing happens; he is innocent. And among the Cheyenne Indians, there is some one particular society. Okay, among the Azande. Among the Azande, a chicken is fed poison. It is given a poison. Yes, in those societies it is common. Okay. Among the Azande Indians of Azande of Africa, not Indian, sorry, a chicken is given a poison. A chicken, small amount of a chicken is given a poison, and if the chicken dies, if the charges are true, let the chicken die. That is the understanding. And if the charges are false, let the god spare its life. So this kind of evidences and trial are followed by these people. And who are the functionaries that are present to do this? Usually priests and shamans, headmen, clan elders or councils, then lineage elders or councils. These are the people who foresee, who supervise the law enforcement mechanism, evidence mechanism, as well as justice delivery mechanism. Are you clear on this? So the moment we use all these words, the way I have expressed today, the kind of words we choose, you will be given not less than 70% marks. 70% marks are guaranteed if you write like this. So you have to completely take the matter like as if you are giving a complete description, as if you are in front of the eyes of the person. If you can just bring that, the people will be happy. Very interesting thing before I conclude this topic and the class also. There is one interesting practice among the Eskimo that is called song duel. Song duel means people sing. One fellow sings, another fellow sings. Both are singing. Whosoever wins, he can keep the wife of the other. In the sense, if a man's wife goes and lives with another man, so the elders say, "Arey, how do you resolve this conflict?" It is of course a woman's volition. What can you do? But at least try to defeat that man in a song duel. If the man wins, right, then he keeps the woman. Whosoever wins, that fellow keeps the woman. So it is not like they're very extremely like they follow all these norms, because the Eskimo are the example of what? What kind of society? Band, tribe, chiefdoms, kingdom or state. Which example? Which society the Eskimo people live in? Band, exactly. So that is the most simplest kind of society we have. And previous year questions also here are there. So with that we can actually conclude the topic. 1 minute. Oh, there are so many questions. So I'll do one thing. I'll pause this video. Then once you are done, just type done. Then you can write down. Or later also you can do no. After the video is available, aram se you can write down. Okay, this is for there. There you can pause the video and write them down. I'm going to the second page now. Sorry. This is the previous page. First page of these questions, previous year questions. Second page of the previous year questions. And third page of the previous year questions. Okay, that's it. So I'm ending the session here. Thank you very much. Okay.